She said, "He crashed at my place because he was drunk. Don't be jealous." I said, "I trust you." Then I opened my laptop and played her security camera footage. She started screaming before I even hit play. Ever set up security cameras for your girlfriend only to have them end your relationship? No? Just me? Let me tell you how installing a Ring doorbell and a couple of Blink cameras led to the most dramatic breakup of my life. I'm Leo, 34, residential security consultant. Yeah, that's a real job. I design custom security systems for homes and small businesses. Cameras, alarms, access control, the works. Been doing it for about 8 years. Built a decent client list through word of mouth. I know, it's not the sexiest profession, but it pays the bills and then some. I met Tara 2 years ago at a friend's barbecue. She just bought her first condo and was telling anyone who'd listen about her fear of living alone in the city. My buddy pointed her in my direction, and I gave her my card. Professional connection turned into coffee, which turned into dinner, which turned into, well, you get the idea. By 6 months in, we were officially a couple. By our 1-year anniversary, we were talking about moving in together, eventually. We kept our separate places, but had keys to each other's homes and spent most nights together, usually at her condo because it was closer to downtown where we both worked. Early in our relationship, I installed a comprehensive security system in her condo as a gift. Doorbell camera, 3 interior cameras, living room, kitchen and hallway, and a smart lock system. As part of my standard client agreement, I created separate admin and user accounts. I set up her phone with the admin access and kept user access on my phone, just in case of emergencies, with her explicit written consent. I always document these arrangements, even with romantic partners. We agreed to review the access arrangement every 6 months, and she consistently confirmed she was comfortable with it. The cameras were set to record when they detected motion and saved footage to the cloud for 30 days. I made sure she understood exactly how the system worked, what was being recorded, and how to access or delete footage. We rarely checked the footage unless she got a package delivery or there was a weird noise that spooked her. The system was mostly for peace of mind. I never remotely activated the cameras when she was home. That would be creepy invasion of privacy territory, and I'm not that guy. Fast forward to 3 weeks ago. I was returning from a 4-day business trip to Phoenix, where I'd been installing a system for a wealthy client's vacation home. It was a lucrative gig, but the desert heat in September is no joke, and I was exhausted. My flight was scheduled to arrive at 1:30 a.m., but landed at midnight due to favorable winds, earlier than expected, but still late at night. I took an Uber straight to Tara's place, texting her when I was about 10 minutes away. No response. I figured she was asleep, so I used my key to let myself in quietly. The condo was dark, except for a nightlight in the kitchen. I noticed 2 wine glasses in the sink, one with a distinct lipstick mark, but didn't think much of it. Tara often had her friend Layla over for wine and reality TV when I was away. I slipped into the bedroom, trying not to wake her. The room was dark, but I could make out Tara's form under the covers. I put my bag down and headed to the bathroom to brush my teeth. That's when I saw it. A men's toiletry bag on the counter. Not mine. My heart started pounding. I went back to the bedroom and turned on my phone flashlight, keeping it pointed low. Tara was alone in the bed, but the covers on the other side were rumpled, like someone had recently been there. I gently shook her awake. "Tara? Hey, I'm back." She startled, then squinted up at me. "Leo, what time is it?" "Just past midnight. My flight got in early." I paused, then asked as casually as I could, "Did you have company tonight?" She sat up, suddenly more alert. "Oh, yeah, actually. Mark from work had too much to drink at happy hour, and his place is way across town, so I let him crash here for a bit while he sobered up. He left about an hour ago." "Mark has a toiletry bag in your bathroom." She blinked. He's been staying at a hotel because his apartment flooded or something. Had his stuff with him at the bar. Must have forgotten it." The explanation seemed reasonable enough, but something felt off. Tara was fidgeting with the bedsheet, not making eye contact. "So he just left? An hour ago?" "Yeah, he called an Uber. Don't be jealous, Leo. He was drunk. I was just being a good friend." I nodded slowly. "I trust you." And in that moment, I wanted to. But the men's bag, the rumpled sheets, her nervous energy, It all nagged at me. I told her I was still wired from the flight and was going to check some emails in the living room. She seemed relieved and rolled over to go back to sleep. In the living room, I opened my laptop. I hadn't checked the security footage remotely while away. Again, not that guy. But now I felt I had reason to look. I logged into the system using my authorized user account and accessed the cloud storage. Starting with the most recent footage, I checked the front door camera. Sure enough, at 11:07 p.m., about an hour before I arrived, it showed a man leaving the condo. I recognized him from Tara's office holiday party. Mark, mid-30s, who worked in the same marketing department as Tara. I remembered her mentioning he had recently been promoted to team lead, making him technically her superior. He was perpetually single, always flirting with everyone at company events. The footage showed Tara at the door in a robe, giving him a decidedly more than friendly kiss goodbye. My stomach dropped, but I kept watching. Scrolling back through that evening's footage, I saw Mark arrive at 6:34 p.m., looking completely sober, with an overnight bag and a bottle of wine. The hallway camera caught them kissing as soon as the front door closed. The living room camera showed them cuddling on the couch, drinking wine, before moving to the bedroom, which, thankfully, didn't have a camera. After seeing this clear evidence from that night, I decided to check if this was a one-time occurrence or a pattern. I looked at footage from the previous few evenings during my trip and discovered this wasn't a one-time thing. Mark had been to the condo at least 4 times while I was away, including staying the entire night twice. I sat there for a long time. Footage paused on an image of them embracing by the front door, trying to decide what to do. Confront her now? Wait until morning? Pack up and leave? Finally, I decided on a different approach. I went back to the bedroom, turned on the light, and gently shook Tara awake again. Sorry to keep bothering you, but can we talk for a minute? It's important. She groaned but sat up. What is it? This Mark situation is bothering me a bit. I just need some reassurance. She immediately went on the defensive. I told you, he was just crashing here because he was drunk. Don't be jealous, nothing happened. I believe you, I lied, but humor me. You said he just left an hour ago, right? Around 11? Yes, that's what I said. Her voice had an edge to it now. And he was just here tonight? No other times this week? She crossed her arms. Yes, Leo, just tonight. What is this, an interrogation? I nodded, then said, let me get my laptop. I want to show you something. The color drained from her face. What are you talking about? Just wait here. I retrieved my laptop from the living room and brought it back to the bedroom. As I sat on the edge of the bed and opened it, Tara's breathing became shallow. Leo, what are you doing? I pulled up the security camera interface but didn't play any footage yet. Just seeing the thumbnails of the recorded videos on the screen was enough. She started screaming before I even hit play. You've been spying on me? What is wrong with you? That's a complete invasion of privacy. I wasn't spying, I said calmly. I never checked the cameras while I was away. I only looked tonight because something felt off when I got home. Those cameras were for security, not for keeping tabs on me. She was out of bed now, pacing in her pajamas. You're right, they are for security. And they did their job. They let me know my girlfriend has been cheating on me with her coworker. I wasn't. I turned the laptop toward her, showing a crystal clear image of her and Mark kissing by the front door. The timestamp showed 6:37 p.m. that evening. He was drunk at 6:30? That's an early happy hour. She stopped pacing. Her expression shifted from outrage to calculation to defeat in the span of seconds. It's not what it looks like, she tried weakly. It looks like you've been sleeping with Mark while I was away, then lied to my face about it when I got home. We were going to break up anyway, she spat, suddenly switching tactics. You're married to your job. You care more about your stupid cameras than you do about me. Apparently, the cameras are the only ones being honest in this relationship. The fight that followed was ugly. She accused me of never being emotionally available. I pointed out that cheating was a strange way to address relationship concerns. She said Mark understood her in ways I never did. I said I understood perfectly well now. By 2 a.m., I'd packed up everything I kept at her place and called an Uber back to my apartment. Before leaving, I changed the credentials on her security system, removing my access. It wasn't petty. It was professional. I didn't want to be accused of spying on her after the fact. The next day, she blew up my phone with alternating angry and apologetic messages. I responded once, asking her to mail me any of my remaining belongings, then blocked her number. What I didn't expect was the workplace fallout. Tara and I shared several friends, including my buddy Jake, who worked at her company. 3 days after our breakup, Jake called me. "Dude, you need to know what's happening here." Apparently, Tara had been telling everyone at her office that I installed secret cameras to spy on her, painting me as some controlling, paranoid boyfriend. The story had spread, and because my business relies heavily on reputation and referrals, this could potentially damage my livelihood. "She's leaving out the part where she was cheating, of course," Jake added, "and that you installed the system with her full knowledge over a year ago." I thanked him for the heads up and immediately consulted a lawyer. The attorney advised me that I had done nothing illegal. The cameras were installed with permission, in common areas, with Tara's full knowledge, but suggested I get ahead of the narrative for the sake of my business. So I did something I never thought I'd do. I created a private Dropbox folder with selected screenshots from the security footage. Nothing intimate, just timestamps and images showing Tara's knowledge of the cameras and Mark's multiple visits, and shared it with Jake and 2 other mutual friends who could vouch for me in professional circles. "I don't want to embarrass Tara," I told them. "I just need to protect my reputation. If anyone asks, you can confirm that the security system was installed properly and with full consent." Within a week, the rumors at Tara's workplace had shifted. I heard through the grapevine that Mark had been reassigned to a different department, following an HR conversation about workplace relationships. Tara stopped bad-mouthing me, at least publicly. About a month after our breakup, I ran into Layla, Tara's friend, at a coffee shop. I tried to do the polite nod and keep walking, but she called me over. "For what it's worth," she said, "I told Tara she was making a huge mistake, both with Mark and with how she handled things with you." "Thanks, I guess." "She wasn't always like this," Layla continued. "The lying, I mean. It started small, white lies to avoid conflict, then bigger ones when she didn't want to deal with problems." I shrugged. "Not my problem anymore." "No, it's not," she agreed. "But I thought you should know that not everyone believed her stories about you." As I was about to leave, Layla asked, "Do you mind some unsolicited advice from someone who's been on both sides of this?" "Sure, why not?" "Keep the security system access separate next time," she said with a small smile, "and maybe avoid dating clients." I had to laugh at that. Already implemented both policies. It's been 6 months now. My business is doing well. The potential reputation damage never really materialized, thankfully. I'm dating casually but taking it slow. And yes, I've updated my client contracts to include clearer language about privacy expectations and system access. The irony isn't lost on me that the security system I installed to protect Tara ended up protecting me instead, from continuing a relationship with someone who could lie so effortlessly to my face. Sometimes security isn't just about keeping bad people out. It's about revealing who people really are when they think no one is watching. And as for my access to clients' security systems, it's now strictly limited to the installation phase, after which credentials are changed and control is fully transferred. It's better for everyone that way. Because while I'm in the business of security, the most valuable thing I've learned to safeguard is trust. And once that's broken, no camera system in the world can help you get it back.